Welcome. My name is Matthew Rice, and I am the current principal of Booker T. Washington Learning Center in Reidsville, North Carolina, part of the Rockingham County Schools system. This year, we are celebrating 100 years of teaching and learning at Booker T. Washington. This video will highlight some of the key moments in the history of the school. We also encourage you to visit our on-site museum, which was established and is currently maintained by the Booker T. Washington Heritage Association, for more in-depth background about the school and the people who make up its rich and enduring legacy. First established in 1887 by Dr. John R. Graham for the education of African American children, the Colored Grammar School was the predecessor of the present-day Booker T. Washington Learning Center. The school was a wooden structure with only 2 large rooms located around the 300 block of North Franklin Street in Reidsville, North Carolina. The first class of 9th graders graduated in 1895 with just 2 students under the Professor R.B. McCary. In 1901, Charles B. Aycock from the North Carolina State Department of Education visited the school and advocated making it a part of the public school system. With the support from the community, the city purchased land from the Sloan family at the 200 block of North Scale Street, currently across from the American Tobacco Company. The new building was 2 stories tall with 4 classrooms. Unfortunately, in 1920, the structure burned. However, classes continued to meet in the Opera House and in local churches, with the first commencement exercises taking place in 1921 with 1 male and 6 female students. Under the administrative leadership of Mr. James A. McRae, the faculty and students moved into an 8-room, 2-story brick building in 1922. During this transition, the name Booker T. Washington was selected for the school to honor an outstanding black educator. As the school continued to flourish, many exciting activities and events came about. In 1939, graduates wore caps and gowns for the first time, as well as hosted a prom. Also, Mrs. Portia Jenkins Crawford, chorus teacher, penned the alma mater. Athletic teams emerged for such sports as football, basketball, softball, baseball, and so forth. The school adopted the bulldog as its mascot and made blue and white their official colors. Booker T. Washington High School continued to increase in enrollment, and the elementary portion of the school had moved to a new location on Scale Street. However, due to its overcrowding, the school moved to its current location at 401 Moss Street in 1951 with Mr. H. K. Griggs as the principal. Soon after, the East Wing, administrative office, and lobby were added, with the West Wing being completed in 1967. Around this time, the football team was undefeated. The parents and community helped sponsor Greyhound buses for the band to travel along with and provide school spirit to the team. The last graduating class of the school was in 1969, when the school integrated with Reidsville High School. Over the past 100 years, around 4,000 students can call themselves graduates of Booker T. Washington High School. Exceptional educators guided thousands of students through their education in such a way that they are active and integral parts of the community, country, and the world. Many exceptional educators also left their impression on students. Listen to what Miss Penny Simpson, class of 1966, has to say about her experience at Booker T. Washington High School through the voice of Miss Angela Chestnut Black.
My favorite teacher was Mrs. Coleman. I loved biology and chemistry, and she was an excellent teacher in those subjects. The thrill of creating and solving problems was always fascinating for me. Mrs. Coleman, Mrs. Vincent, Mr. Quick, Mr. Roberts, and so many others were dedicated to sharing knowledge and accepting challenges to ensure we had a well-rounded education. That experience paved the pathway for me to work as a computer systems IT specialist for large mainframe systems, software design, and development. Booker T. Washington High School was an excellent school in education, sports, and community involvement. The majority of teachers had their master's degrees and provided a top-notch education to the community. We had so many activities to participate in during and after school. They ranged from academic clubs, sports, debate teams, and social activities to field trips that let us explore and widen our educational experiences.
Rose Vaughn Palmer graduated in 1954. Her favorite subject was English and literature with Miss Perkins. She would read poems and stories to the class and would bring them to life and give them meaning and enjoyment to the class. Due to Miss Perkins' inspiration, Miss Palmer enjoys reading and listening to audio tapes. Miss Palmer loved school and learning new things. One of her most fondest memories was being with her friends in the marching and concert bands. Mr. Williamson was the band director who organized a wonderful and strong band program from students who never played an instrument.
Mr. Thomas Bolden stated that his favorite teachers were Mrs. May Love Johnson and Mrs. Rogers. He participated in the band by playing the clarinet. He participated in the chorus and the male glee club and the boys club. Students respected the teachers, staff, and each other.
Miss Lucy Martin Bolden stated that all teachers were good. The teachers were always interested in educating students and preparing the students for the future. Miss Bolden graduated from Booker T. Washington High in 1956. She was a member of the Student Council, Drama Club, and Crown and Scepter Club. She stated that she loved Booker T. Washington High so much she came back to teach at her high school.
Lillian Bell Gwynn stated that her favorite teacher was Mr. E. Partee. He was her algebra teacher. He explained algebra so that everyone could understand it, which made it interesting for his students. Miss Gwynn stated that she participated in the marching band and enjoyed riding on the floats during homecoming. She stated that she was in the National Honor Society and enjoyed being with her friends, attending the prom, working, and playing. She graduated from Booker T. Washington High School in 1965.
Ann Stadler Witcher graduated in 1969. They were the last class to graduate from Booker T. Washington High School. Miss Witcher enjoyed all of her teachers, but her favorite subject was music. She participated in the marching band, concert band, and the woodwind ensemble, playing the B-flat clarinet, bass clarinet, and baritone horn. The Booker T. Washington Band and Chorus recorded an album. Miss Witcher was president of the Pep Club, was on the Booker T. Washington High School Queen's Court, and participated in the senior class play with one of the leading parts, the mother.
Mr. Robert Pankey was in the class of 1969. He loved being part of the Booker T. Washington student body. For his senior year of high school, he paid tuition and drove from his home in the country so he could still attend and graduate with his friends. From his solid foundation in education, he became a field artillery officer in the United States Armed Services. He will always remember those teachers who provided him with encouragement during school.
Mrs. Fanny Vincent taught at Booker T. Washington High School from 1952 to 1969. She said that we're like family. We interact with each other at school and in our community, socially in our homes, and attend various churches. During this era, teachers were required to live in the community and be visible in the community.
On December 27th in 1997, Mr. Charles W. Bell called for a committee to organize an entire school reunion for all principals, faculty, staff, graduates, and former students. The committee was organized, and the first official reunion occurred in July of the following year. This multi-day event included luncheons, guest speakers, talent shows, singing, prayer, and other activities that attendees could participate in. Local businesses provided tours of their facilities as well. Special recognition was made to honoree Geneva Janet Broadnax Black, as she was the first graduate of Booker T. Washington High School. She passed away on August 1st, 1995, at the age of 92. The Booker T. Washington High School Heritage Association Mini Museum depicts the history of the school, which served as a public education institution for African Americans in Reidsville and surrounding areas for nearly 50 years. The museum's artifacts, memorabilia, historical data, and pictorial displays highlight the school's existence on North Scale Street from 1921 to 1951 and its years as a high school on Moss Street from 1952 to 1969. The museum project was approved by the Board of Education of Rockingham County on April 19, 2004, and opened on October 1, 2005. It has been established to serve as a cultural resource to the school site, to the community, and all who visit. Artifacts and memorabilia include originals that have been donated, recovered, or loaned to the museum. Some items are reprints or historical representations. Mr. Garfield Withers was charged to create the beautiful woodworking that is in the museum and the large bulldog mascot that is located in the lobby. He also built the small-scale model of Booker T. Washington that is located in a display case in the main lobby. Since the beginning in 1887, a rich history has been established upon which the foundation of our current school stands. Booker T. Washington Learning Center, while having changed names and grown in structure over the last century, continues the legacy of being a caring community of professionals who advocate for equal access to education for all students. These are values that have made the school an incredibly special and unique place throughout the years. In closing, let us reflect upon a quote from Miss Willard B. King in her foreword to the Booker T. Washington High School Pictorial Reflections. There's something really important here that we shouldn't allow ourselves to forget. In spite of our difficulties, we remain the best hope people who can only dream of for millions, enjoying the freedoms that we have come to expect in our everyday lives, and indeed to take them for granted. Never forget this school, its faculty, and its administrators. We have hope and a positive direction. Teachers were qualified in more than book learning, but discipline, character, traditions, values, and courage, which helped shape the course of history. They gave us our world.